It's been nearly 3 decades since Seventh Heaven first brought the Camden family into living rooms everywhere, and the cast looks completely different today. From marriages and kids to career transformations and shocking real-life stories, let's see where they are now.
Number 1. We have Stephen Collins as Eric Camden. He was 49 years old when the show premiered in 1996, playing the beloved pastor and father who tried to guide his 7 kids through life's toughest challenges with wisdom and patience. By 2026, he is 78 years old, and his career and reputation have completely collapsed after disturbing admissions of inappropriate conduct surfaced in 2014, ending his once wholesome America's Dad image. Collins was married to actress Faye Grant for 27 years before their divorce was finalized in 2015, just as the scandal exploded into public view, and the couple has one daughter together named Kate. After years of silence and isolation from Hollywood and much of his former fan base, Collins quietly married a longtime fan named Jenny Nagel in 2019, a relationship that raised eyebrows given his past and her status as a devoted viewer of the show. Today, his personal and romantic life remains mostly behind closed doors, as he avoids the public spotlight that once made him famous. Number 2, we have Catherine Hicks as Annie Camden. She was 45 years old when she took on the role of the loving, sometimes overwhelmed mother who balanced raising 7 kids with working part-time and keeping the household together through crisis after crisis. In 2026, she is 74 years old and spends most of her time enjoying life away from the constant grind of television, with occasional acting projects and warm reunions with her former castmates keeping her connected to the show's legacy. Hicks has been married to special effects legend Kevin Yeager since 1990, a relationship that has lasted over 35 years and made her one of the most stable marriages among the cast. Together, they have one daughter, Katie, and the family has always kept their personal life low-key and grounded outside the Hollywood drama. Catherine often speaks fondly of her time on Seventh Heaven and her long, successful marriage, making her the model of the stable, happy life her character Annie always tried to create on screen. Number 3, we have Barry Watson as Matt Camden. He was only 22 years old when the show started, playing the responsible oldest son who carried the weight of being the example for his younger siblings, while dealing with his own struggles in relationships, medical school, and growing up. By 2026, he is 51 years old and has built a steady career beyond the Camden house, with roles on shows like What About Brian, Gossip Girl, Heart of Dixie, and Masters of Sex that kept him working long after leaving Glen Oak. Watson's personal life has been just as eventful as his characters, with 3 children from different relationships making him a dedicated father who juggles blended family life. He married actress Natasha Gregson Wagner, daughter of the late actress Natalie Wood, in 2014 in a beautiful ceremony, and together they share a daughter named Clover. Watson also has 2 older sons, Oliver and Felix, from previous relationships, and he often talks about how fatherhood and surviving a battle with Hodgkin's lymphoma in his 20s changed his perspective on life and family forever. Number 4, we have Jessica Biel as Mary Camden. She was just 14 years old when she landed the role of the rebellious, athletic middle daughter who struggled with her identity, made mistakes, and eventually found her own path away from the Camden family's expectations. By 2026, she is 43 years old and has transformed from a teen TV star into one of Hollywood's biggest names, with films like The Illusionist, Total Recall, Hitchcock, and the intense drama series Candy, cementing her as a serious actress and producer. Biel's love life became tabloid gold when she started dating pop superstar Justin Timberlake in 2007, a relationship that survived breakups, rumors, and massive public attention before they married in a romantic Italian ceremony in 2012. Together, they have 2 sons, Silas and Phineas, and the couple has weathered cheating scandals, social media drama, and constant speculation while staying together and presenting a united front. Jessica often balances her acting and producing work with motherhood and her business ventures, making her the most successful and high-profile member of the Seventh Heaven cast by a wide margin. Number 5. We have Mackenzie Rosman as Ruthie Camden. She was only 6 years old when the show began, playing the adorable, sometimes bratty youngest Camden daughter, who could be shockingly wise one minute and completely mischievous the next. In 2026, she is 36 years old and has stepped away from the constant grind of Hollywood, choosing instead to live a quieter life with occasional acting projects and a deep passion for horseback riding and animal advocacy. Unlike many of her former co-stars, Rosman has never publicly confirmed any serious relationships, marriage, or children, keeping her romantic and personal life almost completely private and away from the tabloid drama that followed some of her castmates. She occasionally reunites with her on-screen family for podcasts and fan events, but Ruthie's real-life story is one of the most mysterious and low-key among the Camden kids. Number 6, we have Lorenzo and Nicholas Brino as Sam and David Camden. The quadruplet brothers were only 5 months old when they were cast as the mischievous Camden twins, bringing chaos and cuteness to the final seasons of the show as the babies who kept Eric and Annie on their toes. As adults, they stayed far away from Hollywood and lived private lives that few fans got to see, with no public relationships, marriages, or children ever confirmed by either brother. Tragically, Lorenzo died in 2020 at just 21 years old in a devastating car accident that shocked the entire Seventh Heaven family and left fans heartbroken. Nicholas, now 27 years old in 2026, continues to live a quiet life away from the spotlight, honoring his brother's memory and keeping the private, grounded lifestyle they both chose after the show ended. Number 7, we have George Stultz as Kevin Kirk. He was 27 years old when he joined the show in the later seasons, playing the handsome, dedicated police officer who fell in love with Lucy Camden and became one of the show's most stable, healthy romantic relationships. By 2026, he is 50 years old and has worked steadily in TV, movies, and guest roles, but has never reached the level of fame or recognition of some of his other co-stars. Stultz has kept his personal life remarkably private, with no confirmed marriage, long-term relationships, or children ever making headlines or being discussed publicly. Unlike the drama-filled love lives of some cast members, Kevin's real-life romance story remains a complete mystery, making him one of the most low-key and private members of the entire Seventh Heaven cast. Number 8, we have Ashley Simpson as Cecilia Smith. She was just 17 years old when she joined the show in the early 2000s, playing Simon Camden's sweet, artistic girlfriend who brought a fresh energy and youthful romance to the series during its later seasons. By 2026, she is 41 years old and has shifted from being primarily a pop star with early 2000s hits like Pieces of Me and Boyfriend to focusing more on selective performing, fashion projects, and family life. Simpson's romantic history has been extremely public and dramatic, starting with her marriage to Fall Out Boy bassist Pete Wentz in 2008, a whirlwind relationship that produced their son Bronx Mowgli before ending in divorce in 2011. She then found love again with actor and musician Evan Ross, son of Diana Ross, marrying him in 2014 in a stunning Connecticut ceremony, and together they have 2 children, daughter Jagger Snow and son Ziggy Blue. The blended family of 5 often appears on social media and reality TV projects, showing a close-knit, music-filled household that's a far cry from her time in Glen Oak with the Camdens. Number 9, we have Beverley Mitchell as Lucy Camden. She was just 15 years old when she started playing the emotional, sometimes insecure middle daughter who struggled with self-esteem, first love, and eventually finding her calling as a minister, just like her father. In 2026, she is 45 years old and has stayed connected to fans through social media, podcasts, and occasional acting work that keeps the Lucy Camden spirit alive for longtime viewers. Mitchell's real-life love story began when she met accountant Michael Cameron, and the couple married in a romantic Italian wedding in 2008 with several of her Seventh Heaven co-stars in attendance, including Mackenzie Rosman and Jessica Biel as guests. Together, they have built a beautiful family with 3 children, daughters Kenzie and Maisel, and son Hutton, though their journey to parenthood hasn't been without heartbreak. Beverley has been open about suffering a miscarriage before welcoming their 3rd child, and she frequently shares the challenges and joys of raising 3 kids, managing a career, and keeping a long marriage strong through the ups and downs of life. Her openness about motherhood, body image, and balancing it all has made her one of the most relatable and beloved members of the cast in the eyes of fans who grew up alongside her. Number 10, we have Tyler Hoechlin as Martin Brewer. He was just 15 years old when he joined Seventh Heaven in the later seasons, playing the talented baseball player living with the Camdens after a difficult home situation, and whose storyline included one of the show's most controversial plots involving an unexpected teen pregnancy. By 2026, he is 38 years old and has become one of the most successful actors from the show, known worldwide for playing Superman and Clark Kent on Superman and Lois, and for his intense, beloved role as Derek Hale on Teen Wolf. Despite his massive fan base and constant public appearances at conventions and premieres, Hoechlin has kept his romantic life almost entirely private, with no confirmed long-term relationships, marriage, or children ever made public. There have been rumors and speculation over the years about possible girlfriends and dating history, but Tyler has never addressed any of it directly, making him one of the most mysterious and tight-lipped cast members when it comes to love and family. His decision to keep that part of his life out of the spotlight only adds to his appeal and lets fans focus on his incredible career transformation from Camden household guest to full-fledged superhero. Number 11, we have Adam Lavorgna as Robbie Palmer. He was 20 years old when he joined the show, playing the charming college student who rented a room from the Camdens and became romantically involved with Mary, creating one of the show's most complicated and drama-filled relationships. By 2026, he is 46 years old and has continued working in film and television with guest roles and smaller projects, though he never reached the same level of fame as some of his co-stars. Lavorgna has kept much of his personal life private over the years, but he married longtime girlfriend Kaya Brewer in 2016 in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by family and close friends. The couple has largely stayed out of the tabloid world, and while details about children or expanding their family have not been widely shared publicly, Adam seems content with a quieter life focused on his marriage and selective acting work, rather than chasing the Hollywood spotlight. Number 12, we have David Gallagher as Simon Camden. He was just 11 years old when Seventh Heaven premiered in 1996, playing the sensitive, sometimes troubled middle son whose storylines dealt with everything from guilt and peer pressure to faith, love, and growing up in a house full of siblings. By 2026, he is 40 years old and has shifted much of his career toward voice acting, most notably voicing Riku in the beloved Kingdom Hearts video game series, which gave him a dedicated global fan base outside the world of live-action TV. Gallagher's love life became tabloid fodder in the mid-2000s when he dated a young Megan Fox before she became a global superstar, a relationship that fascinated fans who watched him grow up on screen. He later had high-profile relationships with actress Shannon Woodward and model Jillian Grace, and he was even briefly engaged to actress Megan Ozurovich in the early 2000s, though the engagement was eventually called off. Despite all the public relationships and breakups, David has never publicly confirmed a marriage or having children, and in recent years he has kept his romantic life much more private and low-key compared to his teenage heartthrob days. His transformation from child star to gamer icon and private adult makes him one of the most interesting then and now stories in the entire Seventh Heaven cast. Number 13, we have Brenda Hampton as the creator and executive producer. She wasn't on screen, but she was the mastermind behind the Camden family, and every storyline, character arc, and life lesson that made Seventh Heaven a cultural touchstone for over a decade. By 2026, Hampton is 70 years old and has gone on to create other successful shows, most notably The Secret Life of the American Teenager, which tackled teen pregnancy, relationships, and family drama in a way that echoed many of the themes she explored with the Camdens. Hampton has been married twice, first to producer David W. Duclong, with whom she shares 2 children, and later to attorney Stan Rosenfield, though details about her current relationship status remain mostly private. Her legacy as a TV creator who wasn't afraid to tackle tough, faith-based, and family-centered issues has made her one of the most influential voices in family television. And her work continues to resonate with fans who grew up watching the Camdens navigate life in Glen Oak.